You know what? It took me 20 years to come to the realization that the world was controlled by manipulation. I thought I was in control of my own destiny, and no one was ever gonna get the best of me. I was just 18, we were in a recession. It was the time I learned a valuable lesson. My father's life, it seemed so simple and mundane. He was stuck in a routine, just more of the same. He said, Jack, all the money's controlled by a few who manipulate the markets, and even me and you. We're like automatons, all under a spell. Like Pavlov's dogs every time they ring the bell. Go round in circles like a freaking carousel. No one seems to care, the world's going to hell. Could feel his frustration and slow strangulation. We were caught in the system of manipulation.
Mama.
That someday I'd be really, really rich. Now I worry about going broke or getting really sick. Can't even see the dentist when we got a bad cavity. It's such a tragedy, a sad reality. The lawyers make the laws that benefit the wealthy, while you and me struggle just to try to stay healthy. We can barely pay our bills and keep up with inflation. Living on credit, it's a dangerous situation. Charging everything we used to pay cash for. We got flat screens and iPhones, but now we're all cash poor. We charge more and more, we don't seem to sweat it, cause you believe that charging is the way you build the credit. So pile up the debt, never thinking that one day eventually we got to pay, and where's the money going anyway? Now you're feeling the chill through your bones, cause the credit card companies, they got you by the cojones. You feel victimized, helplessly paralyzed. You don't know where to turn as you suddenly realize you're not in control of your own situation. You've been punked by the system called manipulation. Enterprise, GM, Bear Stearns, they've even subsidized $800 billion thrown under a tarp to bail out 5 investment banks, and that was just the start. 150 more shut down for their involvement in subprime lending. Now they're all insolvent. The gamble on deposits and risky loans to people with bad credit who just wanted to buy homes. Goldman Sachs got on the act, sold mortgage-backed securities that Moody's rated AAA investors were assured of these. AIG sold guarantees, and everyone was smiling, making billions on the fees. Leverage to the limit with nothing in reserve. As borrowers defaulted on their loans, they got served. Evictions and foreclosures and bankruptcy proceedings. So the Fed stopped in and tried to stop the bleeding. They pumped $200 billion into Freddie and Fannie Mae, while money managers gambled with a 401k. And miles away from the foray, an entire European village lost their pensions as a result of Wall Street's pillage. As whales of greed, they reversed full speed and left a wave of destruction that felt globally. Could it be, or was this my imagination? Conspiracy and mass manipulation. Did I forget to mention Bernie, who made off with millions? He's the Ponzi king, but there's a lot worse villain. Like Einhorn, Soros, Paulus, and Griffin, they're the hedge fund traders who manipulate the system, creating complex formulas no one understands. Not the banks, not the brokers, not even Alan Greenspan. They borrow stock futures on oil and gas, then hedge their bets, to cover their ass. They short the company stock to drive down the prices. They've reaped in billions, created this crisis, and there's no prosecution, no restitution, no retribution, or admission that they caused the situation without hesitation and no reservation. They're drunk with adulation for deregulation. We helplessly watch the decimation, devastation as our nation gets ripped by manipulation. Got you feeling delirious. There's another dilemma that's a lot more serious. The price of insurance has exponentially risen. Between the rich and the poor, there's a giant schism. The cost of medical care has gotten so outrageous that a doctor's visit costs you more than 1 week's wages. So 50 million Americans are without insurance and struggle to survive. It's a test of their endurance. Gotta help you if you're diagnosed with HIV or got the big C and you need chemotherapy. You can't pay the doctor for treatment that should have been free. Your only choice would be to file for bankruptcy, while pharmaceutical companies rake in the Benjamins with drugs like Plavix, Cialis, and Motrin. The FDA has got a bad reputation. They've lost face, fallen prey to manipulation. The problem is systemic. Greed affects everyone, it's like an epidemic. But if money and power are your only motivation, then where you gonna go from there? What's your final destination? I believe the future doesn't equal the past, but gotta change the mindset, gotta act fast. You see, for me, the real definition of success is not what I accumulate, but learning to live with less. And feeling okay and comfortable in my own skin, and not competing with others but looking within, cause that's where you find the real truth and meaning. The moment that you do, you'll feel yourself believing. It takes faith and courage to walk away from the herd, but I can guarantee that you'll have the last word. So detox yourself from trivial temptations. Say goodbye to manipulations. Now you know it.